So, you might be on the hunt for a 360 action camera, but they can be sometimes quite costly that doesn't justify your investment if you want to do some casual 360 videos. Hence, you might be looking at the Akaso 360. This 360 action camera costs a fraction of the price of what companies like Insta360 and GoPro is selling. At times, you can even get it for under 800 ringgit in Shopee with sales vouchers applied. But is this a good budget purchase? Let's find out. On first impressions, the Akaso 360 looks very similar to an Insta360 camera, but once you hold it on hand, you get it why it can retail a whole lot cheaper than the more expensive 360 cameras. It feels less rugged and robust with a plastic case that can easily get scratched even when handled with absolute care. It also doesn't have any IP rating, and you'll need to install an underwater case if you want to go diving with it. Despite that, this camera is weatherproof and will be able to sustain a few splashes by the pool or under the rain. I'm really impressed by the value that Akaso has delivered here with the Creator Combo package, as you get 3 batteries inside the box, with each of them delivering up to an hour of shoot in 5.7K 30 FPS. You even get a charging case that charges all 3 of them. And finally, you get an invisible selfie stick that attaches to the camera's quarter mount. You'll need to purchase an adapter if you want to use it on a bike mount. The Akaso 360 has two 48-megapixel 1/2-inch sensors that takes up to 5.7K 30 FPS videos, which is sufficient for most casual shots, and there's also 4K 60 FPS if you want some smoothness in your videos. The camera UI is really straightforward, and you'll operate most of the features through the 2.29-inch touchscreen, which can sometimes be a challenge to use because its display isn't as bright when used under harsh sunlight. The buttons are also small, which I sometimes miss, not to mention that the swipe gestures aren't even that intuitive, and I sometimes wish there's an extra button for me to switch between different shooting modes. What's also frustrating here is that the camera doesn't allow me to look around when swiping on the live view, and I can only see the live view of the front and back lens. Not to mention that there's no angle selection for me to choose if I want to go ultra wide or close up. Of course, being a budget 360 camera, these are the compromises that you have to live with, but I feel that these are things that Akaso could have easily done it to make the experience better. For a budget 360 action camera, the Akaso 360 takes decent video quality for its class, though footage can get a little grainy and dark at times when shooting at bright outdoors. Video stabilization is very good, and it handles bumps very well. There's sadly no HDR to enhance the dynamic range, which I feel is also something that Akaso could have just added in even if it isn't perfect. AI tracking keeps you in the frame in whichever way you hold the camera, which is very useful. And finally, the Akaso 360 app is easy to use for reframing your shots and doing some quick edits on the go.
Hey guys, so I'm recording this video with the Akaso 360 while driving here, so this gives you a really good idea on how it looks like in car. So currently the weather isn't really good, it's a pretty cloudy day, it's about to rain really soon. So yeah, footage looks really dark from the screen here, and of course we are here to do the microphone test of the camera as well. So this camera has two wind reduction microphones, which is actually a good thing if you are doing activities like cycling where there's a lot of wind coming at it, and it cancels that wind noise and focuses on your voice. So you should be able to hear that effect now, because now that I'm driving, you should be hearing the engine roaring noise, the road noise and all that. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about the microphone quality of this camera in the comments down below.
Overall, the Akaso 360 is a good starter 360 action camera and great value if you don't want to spend too much on one for casual shoots. But despite that, I still wish this camera had more shooting modes and a more intuitive UI that makes it more beginner friendly. But nonetheless, this is a budget camera which you shouldn't have any high expectations on it. So that's all for my thoughts on the Akaso 360. Let me know yours in the comments below, and make sure to subscribe to the channel for more videos coming right up, and I'll see you in the next one.